But actually, let's flip it and look at the people who were desperate to go all in with dog training but have a job. And it's that like, oh, when is it the right time, blah, 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 and the safety net and everything. But you hate the job. Let's say you really hate that day job and you're doing the dog training of an evening or weekend. What's your motivation there? Like, what's your purpose with staying with that job? Yeah. Because for me, when I worked at the council, I got offered a management position because I was good at the job. My purpose was never to be a crematorium manager. But really? I know, but I could have easily snapped that job up, and I could have walked into that role because I was doing a lot of it anyway, because my boss had a bit of a rough time and he was off for quite a while. So I was stepping into that management role, which is why they were like, have it. We're having a restructure. Like, you could literally have that job. 45 grand a year, easy. That'd be brilliant for you. Like a massive step up, because I was on about prorated. God, what was I on about? 18, which was like massive for me coming out of the Blue Cross, but it's about 18 grand a year prorated for 30 hours a week. And I was just like, God, that is like way more than double. Like, that would be good. Part of me for a second was like, oh, and Gareth was like, oh, I think you should do it. And I'm like, no fucking way. That is not my purpose in life, is to be a creme manager. I could do it, and I know I could do it well, but I'd always be thinking, I wish I'd done the dog thing. Yeah, because that was my heart. That was what I really felt passionately about. I didn't feel passionately about working in the creme. I loved it. It did the job for a bit, but no. So for me, I was like, the easy option would be, if it's really money, and that's the logic here, which it would have been the much easier option, wouldn't it? Let's face it. I could have just stayed there, gone into that job, had the like, I'm a manager type thing, which I'd never had that before. And instead I went, no, I'm going to do the really hard fucking thing, take voluntary redundancy, use the money for a dog walking van, which is what I did, and scrat around for lots of years. But that was my passion and that was my purpose. And can you see how strong that was for me to sacrifice that easy option and go with the hard option? Yeah. Because I knew deep down, no, if you take that easy option, you'll regret that. I know you will, because you've worked so hard to get to this point. You took a risk working in rescue. You took that job as a temporary maternity cover, could not have gone anywhere. You learn all those skills. You your life was just so passionate about all the behaviour stuff. You learn all this brilliant stuff that you could pass on to owners, and you just waste that in a second if you went and worked in that job. And for me, internally, I was like, everyone thought I was mad. My mom, my husband, like everyone was like, what the fuck are you doing? My sister, all the people who would go like, why would you do that? And I'm like, because no.
This is when it gets really difficult, isn't it? Because it's the people around you.
Oh, it took a lot for me to be strong. I tell you what, I could have caved. I could have quite easily gone, no, you are right. Yeah, I'll just do it. Sounds better, looks better. People can talk about me and say like, oh, Vicky's like a manager.
Yeah, I'll appease everybody else.
Part of me just wanted that for myself. I was like, Joe, I've always felt a bit shit in all the jobs that I've had. Like, they've always been a bit scratty. And I thought, Joe, what? That would be the first time that someone actually probably thought better of me as a person. How bad's that though? When I think of that,
ego comes into everything.
Yeah, but I want them to like me as a person, not because of the job I do, but part
this
of
is
my
what
brain.
We're taught to believe, though, isn't it? It's like we've conditioned this. Like, I had the same. As like, I'd convinced myself I needed to be account director before I was 30. It's what I wanted to work towards.
For the same kind of reasons.
Yep,
probably. Yeah.
I was like, that sounds fucking impressive. Account director
on your CV.
Director, me, little old me.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted. And then it's this whole purpose thing I just find fascinating, because again, there's different versions of purpose, isn't there? Like, you can have that big motivational thing of it's for the dog reason or whatever it is, but it's still a lot of you in that as well. Like, what is it that you want? Because for me, being in that position where I had that 70k salary job and the company car and the account director title, I was like, technically living the fucking dream.
You had it all, didn't you?
Like, everyone thought I was amazing in a like that achievement proudness. And I was like, but I still get up at fucking 5 o'clock every day to go into an office that's dead because I'm the only one in there, working through till 11 o'clock at night. being effed and jeffed at all day by clients because a poster hasn't arrived on time, having a team to manage that don't give a shit because they're just looking at it as a job. I'm like, I had no managerial skill. I wasn't taught any of this. It was just, Joe's there, Joe will do it, you'll get thrown in. I was very, God, it sounds awful when you say it out loud. My love language is words of affirmation. I like it when people say nice things about me. And when I had senior staff and like the CEO and everyone going like, Joe, you're amazing. I was like, oh yes.
I've made it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is great. This is like feeding my soul. Keep telling me nice things about me. And that's what I did it for. And then I just hit that point where I was like, I could do this for another 30. I could do this for the rest of my life. I could do this until I retire. And I could see my life flash before my eyes. And I was like, do I want to do this? Like 80-hour weeks? I can't see a way out of this. I've been doing it for 13 years. Those hours have just increased. They've never gone down. Can I just keep doing this? And then when I had the miscarriage, for me, that was my light bulb moment of going, fuck me, there's no good time. I'm going. Handing my notes in. So I'm out there. And now I don't know what to do.
Something good always comes out. Something shit though, doesn't it?
It does. And I love, God, it sounds quite morbid really, but I'm so grateful for having that miscarriage. Because it was everything that kind of changed for me. I was like, and I believe it was meant to be.